You know that family down the street who reduced their child's screen time and saw amazing results in just 1 week? Meanwhile, you've been working on this for a month and your child still has daily meltdowns about iPad limits. You start wondering if your child is just more addicted, more stubborn, or if you're doing something fundamentally wrong. But here's what's really happening. Screen addiction recovery in young children depends on specific factors that most parents never consider, and understanding these factors can dramatically speed up your child's progress. At the end of this video, I'll reveal the 5 key factors that determine recovery speed and the one simple change that can accelerate your child's transformation immediately. The frustration of slower progress becomes even more intense when you see other families succeeding quickly while you're still dealing with daily battles. You might start second-guessing your approach, wondering if you should try a different method, or feeling like giving up entirely. This comparison trap keeps parents stuck because they don't realize that recovery speed has nothing to do with how much you love your child or how hard you're trying. The first factor that affects recovery speed is your child's baseline screen exposure before you started reduction efforts. A child who was using screens for 2 hours a day will recover much faster than a child who had unlimited access for 6 hours daily. The brain's dopamine pathways become more deeply established with longer and more frequent exposure, requiring more time to rewire. This isn't your child being difficult, it's basic neuroscience. Age plays a crucial role that many parents underestimate. Children between ages 2 and 4 often show faster initial improvement because their neural pathways are less fixed, but they also need more emotional support during the process. Children between 5 and 7 might resist more initially because they understand what they're losing, but once they adapt, their progress often accelerates quickly. The key is adjusting your expectations and strategies to match your child's developmental stage. Your child's temperament significantly impacts recovery timeline. Highly sensitive children often have more intense reactions to change, but may show deeper transformation once they adjust. Strong-willed children might test boundaries longer, but develop more solid self-regulation skills. Easygoing children may seem to adapt quickly, but might need extra support to develop genuine engagement with alternatives. Understanding your child's temperament helps you provide the right type of support during recovery. Here's your actionable insight. Conduct what I call a consistency audit across all the adults in your child's life. Recovery speed is directly related to how consistently boundaries are maintained across different caregivers and environments. If you maintain strict limits, but your partner occasionally gives in, or if grandparents provide unlimited access during visits, your child's brain never fully commits to the new patterns. Create a written agreement about screen rules that everyone follows and address any inconsistencies immediately. The fourth factor is what I call replacement quality, how engaging and satisfying the alternative activities are compared to screens. Children recover faster when they discover activities that provide equal or greater satisfaction than digital entertainment. This doesn't mean more expensive toys or elaborate setups. It means finding activities that match your child's specific interests and energy level. A child who loved building games might recover quickly when introduced to complex construction projects, while a child who enjoyed videos might need story-rich activities or dramatic play. Environmental factors also determine recovery speed. Children in homes where screens are always visible and accessible take longer to adjust than children in environments where devices are stored out of sight. The physical setup of your home either supports or undermines recovery efforts. Simple changes like creating device-free zones and ensuring engaging alternatives are more accessible than screens can dramatically accelerate progress. Your own emotional regulation during the process significantly impacts your child's recovery speed. Children whose parents stay calm and confident during meltdowns recover faster than children whose parents show anxiety, frustration, or inconsistency. Your child takes emotional cues from you about whether these new boundaries are permanent and beneficial or temporary and concerning. The presence of underlying issues can slow recovery if they're not addressed. Some children use screens to manage anxiety, sensory processing challenges, or other developmental differences. If your child's screen use was serving as a coping mechanism for genuine underlying needs, recovery will be slower until those needs are met through other means. This isn't failure, it's important information about supporting your child more completely. Social factors influence recovery speed more than most parents realize. Children who spend time with peers who also have screen limits often adapt faster because the new lifestyle feels normal rather than restrictive. Children who are primarily around unlimited screen users may take longer to fully embrace alternatives because they feel like they're missing out on what everyone else has. The most important factor affecting recovery speed is your long-term commitment to the process. Children whose parents view setbacks as normal parts of recovery rather than failures tend to progress faster because there's no anxiety or inconsistency around temporary difficulties. When you trust the process and maintain boundaries even during challenging days, your child's brain can focus on adaptation rather than testing whether the rules will stick. Remember that faster isn't always better when it comes to screen addiction recovery. Some children who seem to adapt quickly may not have developed deep internal motivation for alternatives, leading to regression later. Children who take longer to recover often develop stronger self-regulation skills and more genuine enthusiasm for non-screen activities that last into adulthood. Focus on your individual child's progress rather than comparing to other families. Every child's recovery journey is unique, and the skills they develop during this process serve them for life regardless of how long it takes to see initial improvements. Comment below and let me know what you are currently struggling with relating to your kids' obsession with screens. Click the link or check my bio to discover an ebook that can give you all the skills that you need to stop your child's screen addiction.